Got my wheel studs on. I'm a happy man. Made 2 loads with the water truck. Need to go back and torque them again to make sure they're okay. If you've never done this before, the process is pretty simple. You pull the wheels off, you pull the drum off, you drive the old one out, and then you put the new one in. I used a 3/4 inch impact. These are pretty big. And with a spacer and the new lug nut, pulled them in, put everything back together. This is what we're talking about today, is we're talking about bringing things together in a unifying manner. And not everybody really understands maybe even stuff like this, but also spiritual things. Now, Jesus makes this segue, it's beautiful, from the physical to the spiritual. Look at Matthew 12, verse 46. It says, "While he yet talked with the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother, and who are my brethren?" This is so interesting. This is the one that knows the thoughts and the intents of the heart, and yet this individual thought it important to tell Jesus, hey, your family's here. Notice what he says in verse 47. He makes this segue. He stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother, sister, and mother. No doubt this kind of disturbed them, but Jesus had this way of upsetting their equilibrium and causing them to really think about things. What is he really saying? I had a situation like this when I was younger. There was an individual that came out for the football team, and he was late in the season. He had changed schools, and he came and he stood by me, and it was hilarious because this guy was a pretty big boy, and they gave him whatever was left over, and I don't think his helmet quite fit, and his shoulder pads were too small. And so we became friends, and I told him, you need to get you a helmet. I had a bike helmet at the time, and so I showed him about that. Tried to work with the trainer a little bit to get some better shoulder pads, and they were able to get some. And I played on the line, he played on the line, and we spent a lot of time together. Eventually, it got to the point where I would hang out at his house. We went on vacation together. One time I needed to go somewhere while we were over at the coast at their house, and they said, take the car Magia. It was this custom car Magia, absolutely amazing car. They're like, take it. I didn't do it. I was terrified to drive something that nice. I never understood why they treated me so well. I mean, I was family to them until later on. I loved their son. They loved their son. We had something in common, and so therefore, because I loved their son, they were willing to do things, and they fed me, they took care of me, they were amazing. This is what we're talking about here. The love of the Son. When we have the love of the Son, we become part of the family. And as part of the family, all of this is extended to us. Think about that for a minute. This is why he uses that relationship, and this is why loving Jesus is so important. Think about that for a while. Just contemplate. Do I love the Son? Because if I love the Son, I'm going to do what's best for the Son. That's what love is. And in turn, that love is reciprocated. It started because I was concerned about a helmet and some shoulder pads. I was concerned about him feeling at home. What if we were to really make Jesus at home in our lives? What if we were to begin to align our lives with his will? What if the Father saw that we really loved the Son? We would experience family with God. May God richly bless you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you later.